in the world.
Yeah.
Teach the babies.
Hey.
Good morning. This is the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I am Qiana.
And I'm the one and only Mr. Edman.
And we're brought to you by the New Image Project, better known as...
See that?
Because we are redefining.
What's cool?
Because smart.
It's the new gangster.
Baby.
And if you don't know...
Now you know. Happy Monday.
Money making, motivating.
Motivating money making Monday, or money making motivating you to get out to make that money, honey.
Get up out the bed. Get up out the bed. We got a lot of news. This is a very, very news filled weekend.
It was?
Yes, it very was. How
was your weekend first?
Good. My weekend was
amazing. What did you do?
I can't remember.
You gotta think of something. Like, you can't say like it was amazing.
I hung out, and I hung out.
You hung out and you hung out and you hung out.
That was amazing.
That's what it was. Okay. We celebrated my dad yesterday for his birthday. Yesterday was Michelle Maitland, Alicia Michelle Checkmate Maitland fashion show at Coastal Creative.
Yes. Mama Blue told me about it.
Yeah, I mean, big shouts out to her. To put on a production is always, stressful, but I went to the beginning. I end up, when I got back, it was done. But just to see like everything put together, kudos to her. Kudos to
yes, it's always amazing when you're able to put together a production. Well, Mama Blue was Mama T is on my mind. Rest in power, Mama.
Yes.
Mama Blue told me about it. Told me she was gonna be at Coast Creative at the fashion show. So that's what's up. That's a good vibe.
They had the kids out there. It was, so that happened this weekend. I'm trying to think what else. What was Saturday? I don't know. So, we got the big bomb, the news.
What big bomb?
Biden dropped out.
Oh, yes. Yes. For those who don't know, President Biden has dropped out of the presidential race officially last night. And he endorsed Kamala Harris for...
Well, he dropped out early yesterday.
Yeah.
Somewhat, yeah.
Not really about 1 o'clock.
Yeah, it wasn't last night.
Yeah, it was about last night.
1 o'clock is not night.
Once you get past noon,
it is not night. As long as the sun is... Yeah,
long story short,
good morning,
for those
Renee.
who don't know, there was a huge push by Democrats asking the president to step down. They were coming out of the woodwork from everywhere.
But you want me to tell you this? Good morning, Damien. So I'm not really upset with him about it. As a good leader, you listen to your people, even if you think that like you may not want to do something.
Well, I think it was too late.
It's never. So first of all, what we've learned here, there's never too late.
Yes, it is too late. That never too late message for the birds. It is too late.
Too late for what?
It's too late to have an effective presidential race right now. So what a lot of people don't know, he can't just give the money to any candidate. The money has to go to Kamala Harris. But what people don't know, and nobody want to say this, so the Democratic Party needs black women. Black women have been carrying the Democratic Party, but the Democratic Party does not want to be led by a black woman. They do not want to be led by a black woman, and they're gonna make all the attempts in the world to go against it. That's why they fought against this. That's why they propped Joe up, like what's that movie Barney's Weekend at Bernie's. They was propping Joe Biden up because they did not want a black woman to lead them.
Well, then I'm gonna say I disagree with you. I'm not disagreeing with
So
you
why
about.
would you
Wait,
let
listen.
a
Wait,
old
listen. I just let you speak. So
Okay.
listen. So if I think so, I do agree with you that I don't think they want a black woman to lead, right? If they wanted to kind of prop him up, they wouldn't have that debate so early because there was no reason to. But somebody had to show the world where he was at so that the people could decide. That's just why they would have been okay with Biden doing it. If they were truly okay with it, there wouldn't have been an early debate. They would have waited because there was no need to do that debate.
I think.
And so if they didn't want Kamala to run for president or get the nomination, they would have waited. And I do agree that they don't want a woman, but they was hoping it can be somebody else.
Oh,
and they don't want to.
They're gonna really make this a difficult thing, because
or any woman. You're right. I don't think it. They don't want a black woman, but especially a black woman. But
let's not act like they did not prop up a elderly guy, for the last 3 to 4 years who had been declining. A lot of people don't know President Obama did not endorse Joe Biden. See, what people don't understand is, I think that the undercurrent, people knew what was going on. They knew he was too old for it. They knew he was losing cognitive abilities, especially the people who know him and who have been speaking with him.
No. Obama did endorse him.
He did. Maybe. Obama did not endorse Joe Biden.
Period. I can show you the email. All right, go ahead.
He didn't. Google it. He didn't endorse him. Okay. And he's not endorsing Kamala Harris. He actually asking them to have an open convention. You know what I mean? Where they're going to go on the convention floor and argue and then pick the winner, and then the American people have to roll with who they pick. So I think it's an unstoppable. Trump is on an unstoppable train right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, now I'm gonna 100% agree with you right now.
With the conflicts that the Democrats are having, and it really stems from. So, and I told somebody this, and I know somebody ain't gonna like this, but what we're watching a clear demonstration of white privilege, like right in our faces, like from everywhere, from having 2 senior citizens running for president. Y'all know when you get to be senior citizens, they take your driver's license. You can't drive. I bet you wouldn't get in the car and let President Biden drive you to the gas station, but you want him to run for president. You get what I'm saying? That's like, I wouldn't get in the car with him and let him drive me nowhere. I mean, I'm just saying, I ain't. This ain't a shot. This just okay. Then, hey y'all, let's go to the store. I'll drive. Okay, but I mean,
I listen. Yeah. So if okay, who would be your pick to run for president at this point? Even in the chat, let's know.
I think at this point,
just if you
I don't know. I mean, at this point, it's a lot of good people that could run.
So who?
But they're not gonna be able to.
That's not what I'm asking. Who, if you had a choice, who are you throwing up there?
Keenan Ivory Wayans.
Oh, stop it.
From In Living Color.
I know. I said stop it. He just pulled out a name out the hat that you ain't seen, heard.
Ain't nobody heard of Keenan.
Yeah,
Keenan Ivory Wayans. I think he'll be a good presidential contender. I mean, I don't know. It's too serious just to be pulling names out the hat, man. This junk is so serious, and where we at right now, it's just horrible. It's horrible, and I think the politics behind it. A lot of people don't know. The wealthy Democratic donors were withholding their money. They were not donating to the campaign because they felt
some of them wasn't. So not all, but some.
It was large enough to make him quit. Y'all, so I told somebody like months ago. I told him that he was going to step down. They was like, "No, he'll never step down. He'll never step down." I was like, "Nah." After that performance, people gonna make the implicit, explicit, so the things that people were saying behind closed doors, the things that the general American public didn't know, the Democratic, machine started coming out saying those things out loud. They had 35, 40 Democratic elected officials, coming out vocally against him running for office. You never had that before. You never had 40 elected officials going against the president. Like, people don't know Joe Biden is the president right now today. And to have 35, 40 elected officials come against you, that was not small time. That's big.
So wait, here we go. So Obama didn't endorse him for this election.
He did.
But he did for the first one. You said never. He didn't do it for this one, but he did for the first one.
Okay.
I just looked it up and I remember.
I just said, okay, that was his vice president. He should be backing him the whole time. Why he not backing him the whole time?
I mean, as a great, no, but I'm not saying he's wrong for a great. I'm also listen. We just had a whole conversation about accountability, right? And listening to the people, right? And this is why I'm actually praising Joe Biden, because we just had a situation here when most of our community didn't like anything and nobody listened. Right. And in this sense, we heard the people speak and they listen. That's great leadership. To me, you know what I mean? You want to believe in democracy, you put the people in front of your own selfish needs.
I hear it. I won't call it great leadership. What I call it is, I call it horrible timing.
So horrible timing is horrible. Listen.
That's why I want to call it great leadership.
But I'm saying he could have just said, "Forget it." We hear people. We hear people. We saw like we see it all the time.
I do,
and so like that's when I say it's never.
I don't have a problem with him stepping down.
Okay.
So hold on.
Horrible timing.
It's horrible timing because this is a race and you want to give your team the best chance.
And the Obamas is not endorsing Kamala either.
Did I just say that? I said that. I know they're not.
I mean, if there would, to be honest, yeah.
I mean, those people have reasons. Them people know what they're doing. Them people ain't just fell off the grapefruit tree. They know what's going on, and it's like I say, it's a telltale sign when you don't support your vice president. That's a very loud indicator. Yeah. That's like somebody pulling a fire alarm. You know what I mean? And I'm just glad. I'm glad that they listen, but at the same time, I think they don't have enough time to put another candidate up. And I know they don't want Kamala Harris. Right. Right. The Democratic system, they need the black woman's vote, but they don't want the black woman in leadership. Right. Because like I say, Joe Biden ain't just start having cognitive decline. Like them people knew he was declining the whole time. And to just say, okay, now we're going, okay, the gig is up, they got us. And it's like, wait, hold on. Y'all really just been letting this man lead us like this here? And y'all got a fit woman that's ready to run? I mean, ready to step up in the vice president position? And y'all prop this man up for the last 3 years? Come on, that says something. That's it. He didn't just last night. Oh yeah, okay, I ain't ready. No, it was. They covered it up. Yeah, and this is what they're gonna talk about. They covered his mental decline up, and then as they covered it up, now it got too big. Where he's gonna have too many conversations. He's gonna have too many debates. He's gonna too many opportunities for us not to have control. And Trump ain't too much different. He's still 73, 74.
I mean, he's not. And I mean, honestly, some people gonna agree, some people are gonna disagree, right? Trump just doing it just to do something. To me, like even in the debate, Trump ain't have nothing to say, but this is the best thing ever. Something you've never seen before. You know what I mean?
Well, he not a spring chicken himself. So you know what I mean? I wonder how would he debate Kamala Harris now?
No, I think Kamala Harris would be a better debater. Uh,
I agree.
when it comes to it, but we're here in America, so I think Kamala is definitely gonna have a hard. This is gonna be a really hard fight for her to win. Like at this point, if I was um Kamala probably wouldn't have been my choice.
Why not?
She just wouldn't. If people are complaining about Joe's administration, right, and they're not happy, this is his vice president. How often have we seen Kamala in doing, hearing the things that she's doing and out there in the public? And maybe she may be working tremendously behind the doors that we don't hear. But the thing is you want to know what your leaders are doing to benefit and put your
at all times, yeah.
And so it's been very quiet on that end when it comes to Kamala. So if I'm wrong, let me know. But I'm highly into politics, and I don't, we saw Michelle a whole bunch more and knew what she was doing when she was just the first lady. No, I'm just saying this is, you know what I mean? So when you look at these things, so it would have to beat Trump, it would have to be somebody else that that people truly respect and would want, so
yeah, I mean it's
they have is it JFK?
Yes, Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Right, he was already kind of in there. I don't see him.
He's an independent,
right? But I don't see him. I don't see him doing it. Bernie Sanders would be a name. He old too, but I think he's savvy enough that he could debate Trump. But you know what I mean? I have to really think about who would be the runner up. Who would be able to give Trump a run for his money.
Yeah. So if y'all don't know, we're talking about the president, Joe Biden, dropping out of the race for re-election. And Vice President Kamala Harris stepping up to run in his position.
Sharonda, what you said, she said, when have you ever known the vice president to step out and be an open? But if what everybody's saying that Biden was declining and they were covering it up, there was a possibility that you would have to step up. So and maybe I just strategize, right? And I see the bigger picture. If I see my boss, the person who's over me, and I know that I have to step up and the people got to vote on me, it's a possibility that I may be the one that's going to be leading.
I don't think them people even be in the same rooms together.
But the world saw it, right?
But you know what I'm saying?
But if they're in it, you then start positioning yourself so that the people then see you. I mean, the whole camp saw it. So I mean,
but they not like the vice president and the president are not like they intentionally keep them away from each other. We got to call them.
Yeah, I see that. You don't think I see? Hello, caller. Introduce yourself.
Good morning. Good morning. This is Miss Davis. How y'all doing this morning?
Pretty good. Go ahead.
Oh, both of y'all disappointing me this morning now. Both of y'all don't have no energy, no nothing. No, I don't understand why y'all don't have faith in the woman, especially the black woman, that can do this.
So let me say this. It's not about so listen.
I don't care when women put themselves in a position and know that they can do it. Y'all need to trust them. That's it. A woman is a powerful human being.
I agree. So I'm a woman, right? Hey, this is they say.
Yes. And so there should
Charlene
be no
say,
if or
"Thank you
but.
for the call." Yes, I agree with you on that. Women are powerful, right? Listen, I'm all about the women's support, but I also live here in America, right? And also, what I'm gonna say is, when you're looking at it, you gotta convince other people than just us to vote for
And I
you. Right,
understand
right.
that.
No.
And I
You gotta
understand
vote.
that.
You gotta convince us, and then what I'm trying to say is we gotta still live in reality, and still we do. Like I mean, honestly, like we still we when we're
At the end of the
dominated
day,
by.
I wasn't a fan of her in the beginning. I wasn't.
Mhm,
What made me turn the other cheek yesterday was
mhm,
because, um, first of all, a woman being in a position to have the power, that's it. That's all we need. Once a woman gets in the seat, it will never be another man in the seat. And that's where we need to run the world. Women, women are organized and everything and know what to do, whatever. We're the push behind the men anyway. So putting the woman in the forefront now opens the door for my daughter's daughters, my son kids, or whatever, whoever. And at the end of the day, that's where I'm looking at. I'm not looking at what she did back then because that don't matter. We're moving towards the future, and I think the future for us as Americans, us as women, looks brighter than that Project 2025.
I agree that this looks better than Project 2025. But when you look at it, we're gonna have to look at stats. That's what people are gonna want to hear. Like we can't like our passion for other black women. Sharonda, me and you,
It ain't even
wait,
gotta
listen.
be.
No.
You
Like,
can
okay,
take
let's
the
say
black
this.
out of it.
No,
You can take the
hey.
black out of
So
it.
here we go. No, it ain't this. But Sharonda, me and you are black women, basically that's in corporate America, right? And
Mm-hmm.
let's not pretend like we don't have it harder than our counterparts. Let's not pretend that we have to show our resumes and prove all the work that we did. And let's not pretend like we don't have to work harder than anybody else. And so when you're looking at it, this is the woman that's running for president. I would love for a black woman to run the United States. But we also know that we live here. And what we got to do is when we're talking about running this country, we got to take our feelings completely out of it and look at facts as well. Like the chips are stacked against her. I would love for her to be the president. But when you look at it, these Democrats are not gonna. We saw.
They put the right candidate behind her. I think she can win.
Okay, let's see
Y'all
who
have a
the
good day.
you do too. I don't know who is her vice president.
She hasn't picked the vice
That's what I'm saying.
president
So
yet.
who is her vice president? And I'm listening. So when y'all listening to me, I'm not bashing. I'm just this is me. We're talking, going back and forth, trying to figure out what does this look like. And we still do need a strong candidate that will be able to beat Trump, to sway everybody else to pull over on this side.
Oh, I think one of the biggest problems that we're gonna have in situations like this is because, like I say, the vast majority of elected or not elected, but the voters, are they ready for a
Yeah,
black
that's
woman
what it is.
president?
And so I'm kind of reading the comments. I can't, y'all see, I can't really see. Like I need glasses. I can kind of, um, so I do believe that she's a stronger candidate. Like she's more qualified than Trump. But this
I
is
think her
who
mental health is
I
okay.
think.
I
I
read
think
some
she's.
comments.
So here we go. Go ahead. And I think she's.
Charlene, I would never vote for Trump. She has my vote every day, all day, and that's it. Hillary Clinton for vice president. She is stronger than Trump in every aspect.
I will say that,
I
but
would go with
likability.
Joseph Shapiro from PA for vice president. And listen, I'm not doubting or knocking none of this. But I will say that as we embark on this new path, this new journey, we're gonna see who's really with us and who's really for us.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because like I said, the powers that be didn't necessarily want this to be like this.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I mean? And they definitely don't want. I feel.
Oh, wait, listen, y'all, we got to take a break. It's 8:03. Didn't even realize it. We're coming back. We have a powerful hour coming up. We're going to still talk about the president election. We have the Ask Qiana. We have some other stuff. Callers call in. Keep the comments coming. Tag a friend, tell a friend. We'll be back 7 minutes after the hour.
You're listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, the new morning show, 99 Jams, Careful Radio.
This is Qiana.
And I'm the one and only Mr. Edmund.
Thank you for tuning in. If you was on the first half of the show, was talking about the president election and Biden dropping out, Kamala Harris being nominated as the front runner for running for president. So I think we're going to continue this conversation. I see a lot of chat going in. I wouldn't put Hillary Clinton as vice president. That wouldn't be my go-to.
2 women, yeah, because I don't think they're. I mean, if we can get enough women to go out and vote, I think it'll be up. But I think even women aren't gonna vote for women. I just think that's how I go. I actually, we worked the Hillary Clinton campaign.
Yeah, we did.
And a lot of the opposition was from other women.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
And let's say this, the Obamas haven't endorsed her yet. That doesn't mean that they won't. It ain't even been 24 hours
What
yet.
made you mention the Obamas?
Because I'm just kind of...
Listen, many people know what's going on. You talk about these 24 hours. People know what's going on, man. Obama want democracy to come in.
Yeah.
He's asking for an open convention. A lot of people don't know open convention is where the candidates actually campaign from the floor of the convention hall. So we have never experienced it in our lifetime, but I think the last time they say it happened was like in the 1960s. So yeah, I mean, I think they lost that election too. I don't think they won that election either.
But in a perfect world, for me, Kamala and somebody else would be a great president. It would be beautiful to have a black woman up there, sitting up there leading the free world.
But I would hate for them to blame all the BS on the black woman.
And we see that also. You know what I mean? Even when...
Yep.
Yeah.
They just all the mess. Now they're blaming on her. And that'll be the worst case scenario. That'd be the worst case scenario. I got another story. You might not like this story.
If you don't think I'm gonna like it,
you might not like it.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Well, you know me.
Donald Trump. Told you, Donald Trump assassination attempt was last week, and this week President Biden drops out. This has been a very consequential 2-week period in American politics. So they've been doing the research on the young boy. He was a 20-year-old who did not make the team, the archery team, or the gun shooting team, and it's sad. It's sad. It because we are watching white privilege, right? So when the young man came to the rally, this was last week at the Trump rally. The young man came to the rally. He had a rangefinder, and he had duffel bags. This man was he was under suspicion the whole time, but it was white privilege that allowed this man. How you go?
I'm not. This is why I'm not. Listen. This is why I'm not buying it. Listen. No.
Let me tell you what happened.
Go ahead. Tell me.
He went through the metal detectors.
How?
That's what I'm telling you. It was white privilege.
It wasn't. It wasn't. Yeah, it was white privilege. All right.
It was white privilege.
No, but
white privilege has us unsafe. We're unsafe in this society because of white privilege. Listen, Donald J. Trump just experienced how unsafe you are due to white privilege. They let this boy. He was just a 20-year-old. Oh, they thought he was a police officer. They thought he was this. They thought he was that.
That's all lies. So you've been to a convention.
I've been to a convention.
And you almost got to tell them everything in your background. But no. A convention is so listen. If we live in America, if they're gonna let anybody go through, they're gonna let it go through for the Obamas. Cause he black. Come on, this is white privilege. No. Come on, like stop it.
They were in Minnesota.
I don't care, but they're not. They're going to be even tighter for the white president that they want to be the president because they're not going to. So listen,
but that shows you the strength of white privilege.
No, it shows you the strength. No, listen, it shows you the plumfoolery that they planned in our face because there's no way that he got through metal detectors without a badge. Right? Without credentials, without your name being up. You go through 3 to 4 security checks. There's no way he got through 3 to 4 security checks.
Let me say this.
And I know you want to believe.
No, it's not that I want to believe. I'm just saying what the people reported.
And we know reports lie all the time.
Yes, but see, I have a kaleidoscope of news reports that I
and I listen to.
And it be all over the place.
Yes, I wake up to the morning.
Believe the same thing you believe. But then some people just looking at, what happened. They just breaking down the timeline. And the timeline had the young man. The young man took off from work to go and do this crime. Mm-hmm. He went down there. He had a duffel bag. He went and bought a ladder from Home Depot. Like this, they got the man timeline. He went through the metal detector. They say he had.
So he went through. How did he get the ladder where he needed it to be?
Listen, they say he had to stash the guns and the ladders in different places. He went.
How did he get? So
he went through the metal detector. This is what they say. Hey, listen. This is what they say. We're talking about the Trump attempted assassination and the young 20-year-old who did it. We're talking about the timeline of what they say he allegedly did, and they say he went into the rally. Mm-hmm. With a viewfinder. And what this is it shows you the range, right? It's a range finder. And they say they put him on the list, hey, watch him. So they watching him. And then instead of watching him, they say, oh no, he is a full threat. Go after him, go get him. But they lost him. They couldn't find him. If it's a lie, it's a lie they told.
It is. Because listen, you got one thing to do is to protect the president, right? You got one person that you feel
somebody needs to be fired. I'm just gonna say.
Listen, so the Secret Service. If this is what happened, the whole staff needs to be fired. Yeah. First of all, how did he get? Again, they lock down and do surveillance weeks before. How did he get there? Now your timeline is he took off work, he went to the store, bought all this stuff. When did he have time to go there and stash it before everybody else get there?
That's what he did. You're exactly right. See, you did forensic file.
So this don't make no sense.
He stashed it.
Where?
Then he came back empty-handed.
No.
Stashed it.
When did he have? So,
they say he stashed it by the AC unit. That's what I mean. If it's a lie, they said it.
They lying and stop telling. Look,
if it's a lie, they said it.
So that's what I'm saying. So how he walking around here? Right, with all these snipers, like everybody around here, and he woke up with a listen, he pulled up with a big old ladder that he go and just put somewhere. Man, get out of here.
Now watch this. I'm gonna get to you. One of the snipers actually seen him through their viewfinder,
and he need to be fired.
No, this is what they said. They thought he was law enforcement. White privilege. I'm telling you what this is. This is a
lie. This don't even make it. No. This is a lie.
They say they seen him. They looked through the gun, and then they thought he was.
Again, you let people talk enough. They tell it's better to just shut up sometimes and let people come.
You can't shut up because
but I'm just saying the less you talk, the more you talk, the more you realize because this is so crazy. Okay, law enforcement. We have. When do you see just one person pull up in a regular car with a ladder and just put it somewhere? And they not a part of your detail because they know how many. This is not no amateur people. They know how many people are on staff, right? They know how.
But white privilege will have you.
Everybody quiet in the comments. They
need to be quiet.
No,
just listen.
Hey, comments.
But yeah, it's messed up, man. So as I'm watching some of this stuff, and they're saying how the young man was able to climb up there and get these shots off.
So then it's also all right. So this is Trump detail, right?
No, so it's a combination of Secret Service,
which is Trump
and
detail,
the police in that community.
So right, listen, this is Trump detail, the Secret Service.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't even protect him at a rally. What you think they're gonna do for the United States? If they couldn't figure out a threat that's finna shoot him right now, with all a 20-year-old who went drop a ladder round the corner, and oh, he looked like police. Da-da-da. Then he go drop a gun somewhere else. Oh, he looks suspicious. He get in the rally, do a scope, figure it out, walk out. Now, mind you, they like the casino. They see everything that go in and out. You walk in the casino and they done banned you, they gonna be right there. What are you doing? No, you walk out the casino. If they ask you for your ID and you don't show it, you leave and try to come in another interest, they already there. So listen, so people who like the casino at this point, let this guy, I would be even, so with that story, I'm even more worried about Trump running the country with his security, because they can't even protect him on a little, come on. Now, so, this is me thinking.
You ain't wrong. So the director of the Secret Service will be going in front of Congress today to testify about some of the same stuff you're talking about, because you really on point. But I still say this is just me and my reasoning that this assassination attempt was a successful attempt. It was not a successful assassination, but he got off his attempt.
So is this that they feel like people love Trump so much that he wouldn't?
I think it's white privilege that allowed this.
That's what I'm saying. So white privilege, they think that every white person loved Trump so much that they would never hurt him.
Yeah. Not even that. White privilege of seeing a suspicious white guy walking around with ill intentions and not stop him or detain him in any meaningful way. That's what white privilege does. White privilege will allow a criminal who happens to be white to make an easy escape while they detaining the wrong person, type thing.
Yeah.
And that's what happened here. Because as I'm looking at this, like I say, this is my opinion. As I'm looking at what happened, it just rings to me why they didn't run down on this guy. You know why? Because it's a white guy. It's a white guy.
I mean, we could go with that. We can also say that it still don't make no sense.
Let's say if it was an Arab. Let's say it was an Arab.
He wouldn't even got in the rally.
They would have ran down on him immediately. That's what I mean. That's why I say this is white supremacy. Let's say it was a black guy with long dreadlocks. There's no way you're gonna let him make past all these checkpoints to get back up the building and get his shot off, because he was just in y'all hands. They got people with videos. Like, who is this guy? What is this guy doing? Regular civilians.
So wait. So that's even worse.
I know.
No. So this is why I know white this. Privilege. No, this ain't no white privilege. They monitor every. So you even know they jam up the cell phones. They do all of this.
They do.
They got cameras. They got all this other stuff. If multiple people right now is saying, what's going on? This guy looks suspicious, and nobody.
White
no.
Listen.
2 plus 2 always equal 4.
So what's your thing?
2 plus 2. I'm telling you.
Is it inside job?
2 plus 2 always equal 4. And when it does not, then it is something wrong. And there's something wrong about this story.
I agree.
Right? You listen, all of this. First of all, again, they're not in the police academy where they first started. Do all this training, and I understand people make mistakes and all, but this right here shouldn't have never happened unless they wanted it to happen.
So you saying?
I'm saying you already know where I feel at it. So there you go. And this is just my opinion. There's no facts, and like I said, you take every threat very seriously, and nobody should be getting shot at.
Nobody should be getting shot at.
I don't care who you are.
Nobody should be getting shot at.
And regardless of what happened or didn't happen over there, it's still a sad day in America. If somebody let him go in there, if it was fake news, as Trump will say, if it's a real threat, it shouldn't happen across the board. We got technology shouldn't have, like, it just shouldn't have happened. No matter what. It's not adding up. It's not. It's just not adding. Even that story sounds even more plum foolery than what we thought from the beginning.
Why would you say that?
He took the day. Just go through this. This sound like this. Look, he took the day off. He went to the store, bought all this stuff. Mind you, they already have this place locked down.
Yep.
Right, they done went and checked it for bombs and all this other stuff, and they do all this other, and he happened to be able to get a ladder. So a ladder stand out by itself.
And climb up and get a shot off.
Right. Yeah. He wasn't. It would have been better if they said he was sitting up there for days and waiting for the day of the rally, and they might have missed him because he went. Like, I would have bought that more than he took the day off, got the ladder that day, placed the ladder, climbed up on there, and nobody saw. Why he climbing up on the roof? Why nobody didn't take him down there?
No, it's not that nobody saw him. A lot of people saw him.
And nobody did anything. This is why you know this is crazy. This ain't white privilege.
It's white privilege.
No,
white privilege is crazy. I'm just saying because in my eyes, I don't know why one of the what they call it, the citizen superheroes didn't go and tackle his butt. Next time, watch. Next time they will be all over there.
Think he was a pawn? That's what you would say.
Think he was a pawn?
Uh-huh.
I mean, hey, I don't put nothing past America.
I don't.
So with that being said, there has been assassination of black leaders, assassination attempts of everybody, and then the story comes out 20 years later,
and we'll just have to wait. And 20 years from now, we'll be sitting on our porch talking about this, and then the truth will come out. And yeah. Okay. Trump has probably already recorded the conversation about it. And then Trump keep on walking out with this Band-Aid on his ear. For the piece of glass, and then it was a piece of glass that hit him, then it was the gun that grazed his ear.
I wanted to show you. I showed you the video. You
show me, and I'm not, but listen.
But nobody want to believe the video.
No, I don't listen.
The people is not on the people's side. And I'm just doing my research, going to alternative news sites, and
you don't know who on anybody's side. You don't know who was paid.
Agreed.
You don't know who. Come on, this is America.
I know. I don't put nothing past
them. Okay, that's it.
Can't put nothing past them. Real.
Good morning, Mama Blue. Mama Blue, call us in 727-637-2416. Tell us about the show last night, because I know you walked in it. You did your thing.
Good job, Mama Blue. Okay, I got another thing on Charleston White. Charleston White says he would rather go back to slavery than have a black woman president. Ain't that fool crazy?
Yeah.
I don't know why they trying to make these internet sensations into community leaders.
Right.
And they're doing shock jock stuff, like Howard Stern type shock jock type stuff. And then y'all classify him as a leader. This dude said he'd rather go back to slavery. Well, you go back to slavery, partner.
Right, that's crazy.
Listen, that's self-hate. Just think
about imagine, and this is what I'm talking about. Like, I'm with Kamala, like I'm with the black woman, right? Let's go. But I'm also about great leadership. What I'm also learning with this, through going in, and like I said, it's all about growth for me, right? it's just because I like somebody and things like that, and just because this is where you have to vet these people properly, right?
Yes, you have to vet them properly.
You got to do your research, and you don't just pick somebody just because they look like you, not because not because you're friends with them, not when you're thinking of something like this big. Not I just
Yeah.
But you don't hate on them for the same reason.
What you mean?
Like Charleston White, because she a black woman. Oh, I'd rather go to slavery. Like, he ain't even giving her a chance. All right. Why do you rather go to slavery than to let a black woman? This is something internal. This is a hatery. This is feeling like, how you need to be submissive to a man type of situation. And then when they don't understand what submission is that it goes both ways, right? It's not what I say you do. You know what I mean? Like, you listen to me, and this is somebody who can't lead properly personally when you look at it. So
yeah, that's just I mean, I'm not really for that dude, and I just don't like a lot of the stuff he say.
But they always want to pull somebody in. So
okay, couple comments. UB says that's for attention. Tony T Wells. No one got fired for the attempt on the president.
Nope.
I wouldn't say that. Because it's still going.
Somebody's gonna get fired because somebody has, or they're gonna say somebody got fired. I done been fired from somewhere on paper and then still work. Me personally, like they done said like, okay, yeah, we're firing her, and I'm not once got fired.
What?
I mean, we see it in the school system. They take the teacher from that school and send them somewhere else. The illusion of the firing looks amazing, but is that really what happened?
Okay, this just came across my desk.
Okay.
President Barack Obama is quoted as saying, I know he wouldn't make this decision unless he believed it was right for America. Former President Obama called Biden a patriot of the highest order after he announced the decision not to seek a second term.
I saw that.
I ain't see that. I just seen it.
I saw it when you told me to go look.
Oh, that's what you found?
I saw it. Yeah.
Community rally dropped the charges on the Uhuru 3 every Sunday at 4 p.m. So I've been going to the Uhuru Solidarity movement at Aquaba Hall on Sundays. It's very interesting because the history that the chairman and the Uhuru brothers and sisters have in this city seems to go unnoticed or unaccounted for, right? There was a racist mural in downtown city St. Pete City Hall. If you ever go to City Hall, you see, and you go up those steps when you enter in City Hall, you go up those major steps, and you see the drawing or the painting that's on the left-hand side, and then the empty side, the right-hand side, that's empty.
Yeah.
That empty side was actually a picture of black people cooning and buffooning, right? They had the watermelon. No, I got watermelon right here. They was cooning and buffooning. And so the chairman and some of the brothers actually went in there and tore the mural down.
But I think people, when we talk about that, a lot of people haven't walked up those city hall steps
to see, yeah.
Right? So to tell them that, they haven't experienced it, right? That is, even though it's right here somewhere where they probably will never step foot in. So that there's no connect, but beyond that's just a portion of what he's done. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You look at he brought food here at one point in time when there was no option, and people, when they first started, no food nowhere. they were delivering foods. You know what I mean? When there was a uproar in the city about Tyrone Lewis getting shot, you know, they started that movement on there. They have a full kitchen that has access to anybody that want to go in there and cook. There's a lot of chefs that started out in their kitchen.
Yeah.
Who didn't have nowhere to prepare their meals that we're eating.
Yep.
You know, you got your Chef Kevin's, Heavy's,
Yep.
all of them before they got their food trucks and all this, their restaurants, and they needed an industrial sized kitchen to get started. It was at the Uhura house that they were able to do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And these are things that people can relate and connect to. You know, right here, things they're doing. The doula program that they have, because they want to make sure that Black babies are born healthy.
Yes.
Because the statistics is Black mothers and Black babies die more than anybody else.
Yes. No matter their income.
Right. And so you could be a nurse and you still can be all of this
Serena
other stuff.
Williams almost died having her baby.
You know, so statistically there's you look at it and you can't tell me that this is by accident.
It's intentional.
So you're looking at when you think of the chairman and the Uhura movement, but what happens is that you hear the lies. The lies speak louder than the truth.
Yes.
You know, it's so easy to listen. It's like telephone. You hear one thing and then they spread it. Like we had him here and he said what was one of the biggest lies they told? That he was married to a white woman. And most people believe that.
For years. They still believe it.
Right. And which is so he's married to a Black woman now, and he was married to another 2 marriages, both of them to Black women.
But
right, but I'm just saying how easy it is for you to believe that when that's an easy search of City Hall to see, you know, to see your wedding certificate.
I mean, people get married who they want to marry.
Right, they really can.
That's the first and the biggest problem of it all. But and the biggest for me is that, you know, our community has been in this condition and in this shape for decades, and you know, the chairman and the Uhuru have been fighting, and they were the first person I ever heard say, give the Tropicana site back to the Black community.
Right.
You know, that was for me, you know, one of the biggest rallies, cries, you know, for right now, for us to see what just happened, how it was just, you know, giving off.
Right.
You know what I mean? And here we is now, you know, hindsight 2020. You know, they've been asking for us to get that back.
Right.
And
so
to help develop our community.
I mean, stay tuned to the Uhuru
Uhuru 3. Yep, the trial is coming up.
It's right. They're gonna kick off on August 31st, which is Cheyenne's birthday. A march. That's a Saturday.
Yes.
And then the court starts on August 3rd, I believe. So just stay tuned, get involved. Because
September 3rd.
September 3rd. Sorry about that. Just stay tuned and just listen, because I will tell you that we can agree to disagree on a lot of things, but I can tell you the chairman showed up for a lot of people that has kind of turned their back on him, or not even allow him to have a conversation with them to hear his side of it, to see what's true or not.
Oftentimes, you know, when I was doing some studying on the COINTELPRO and how the object of it is to get public sentiment and get public opinion to change against our leaders.
And it's so easy.
And the problem is, we fall for it a lot. And what we gotta do
Sierra say, do they have tours of City Hall? Is that being told on the tour?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think they have no tours, and they show
do have tours, but
they're not telling about why.
Oftentimes, you know, when you have like the deep oppression that this city has been a part of, when they talk about the Black community, they don't tell you what's going on. You gotta learn it from somebody like the chairman O'Malley and the Uhuru, because honestly, our history skips over certain stories.
It does. So since we're saying that, and this is kind of off subject, but on subject of what we were already talking about, what is America or people? And maybe you can answer this or not. What is their dislike or hatred for Black women?
What is America's hate for Black women?
Yeah, or just in general, because you seeing
Black women,
even though we're the heart of it, right?
Black women birth Black families.
Mm-hmm.
And Black men.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the first thing. That's the first thing I think that makes them very much targeted, because that's the nucleus of the Black family is the Black woman.
Mm-hmm.
And by attacking or manipulating or whatever to the Black woman, that's how that you hurt in the Black family, because that's the leader of our family. Yeah, men lead, and don't get me wrong, whatever. But the true leader or head of our household is the woman, is the Black woman. That's who have the kids. That's who raised the kids. That's who raised the leaders. And so I think, in my opinion, as much as like America or the Democratic Party or anybody else needs the Black woman, I think that they fear the leadership of the Black woman.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I mean? And I'm not. I don't think like that, but I think that people feel.
I'm just asking because we're seeing the uproar, like you.
It's a big uproar.
You know how dare you? And then I'm just thinking about like the Charleston whites. I'd rather go to slavery, and you'll see other Black men who will talk bad about the Black woman who's supposed to be the protector, right? Who is the person who gave you life and help you be the person that you are at this point, help shape and mold you, possibly because you might have didn't have a good relationship with your mother, and then if you didn't, this is also reason why you probably hate them, right?
Yep.
Sit up here and say like how a Black woman is not qualified.
Yeah, I mean,
or I'm just trying to figure out, because Black women are highly desired.
Yep.
Right. They want you in the room, but they want you to be silent. They want you to clean up their houses. They want you to cook their food. You can even good enough to feed your baby with your breast milk. Cause you know what I mean? At one point in time, to make sure that your kids are good. They're good enough to help you with your kids and give you the foundation that you need in every aspect of your life. But then say how you're not qualified to run the country when you're already doing it.
But the problem is, and the biggest problem is that I think Chuck D and Public Enemy said it. It's fear of a Black planet. They always have a fear that, I guess, that Black people will get in control and do to them what they've done to us.
Right.
And I think that's
I guess that's a fear of whenever somebody's doing something wrong to them, their greatest fear is that
somebody gonna do it
right then. But that's a possibility, right? It's a possibility.
That's
but
the ceiling,
right?
That's the ceiling that all the other stuff grow from.
But usually, as a people, what I'm learning is that like we just want what's rightfully ours. We ain't out here trying to hurt nobody. We just don't want to be hurt.
But when they know what's rightfully ours is so much, right? And that's where it comes from, because what's rightfully ours is so much.
But just think about it. We're not trying to enslave nobody else. We just don't want to be slaved, right? We're not trying to. We just want an equal playing field. We're not trying to pull you down, imprison you, do all this other stuff. Like, we're not doing a tit for tat.
But if we racing and you beat me every time we race, I can't give you an equal playing field, because you're steady showing that you're superior to me in every way. So what I have to do
we're not like them. They not like us.
They're not like us. Because what we got to do is fix the game. We have to rig the system so that you stay beneath me. That's the basis of white supremacy and systematic racism.
Mm-hmm.
That's the basis of it, because if it was an even playing field, they fear where they would be on that playing field.
Right.
And they feel, and the fear itself,
because so
they
people
legislated.
Listen, just think about, they know what it looks like to put pain on people. They've seen the hurt in your eyes. They've seen the tears drop on the ground. They've seen the webs on your back. They've seen the scars that will not ever go away. And the fear that it may happen to them is crippling.
Wow. So we're talking about white privilege and white supremacy and the fear of a black planet. I mean, bottom line, top line, we're talking about the systematic oppression that will have the black woman carrying the Democratic Party for decades, but then when it's time for the black woman to become the leader of the Democratic Party or the leader of these United States, there's such an uproar and such a problem. They would rather have a delusional, senile, old white guy before they have a fit, right-minded black woman.
This is true.
We just watched it.
This is true.
We literally we're living through choice. I'm telling you, they literally just, I mean, we can say whatever we want, but cognitive disabilities or cognitive stuff happens over time, over years.
Right. So this is the thing that's happening, right? But this is something that's out of his control. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, they would rather do a weekend at Bernie's for our country and prop up somebody that isn't really there.
I mean, but they're doing that at the Trump, like they're doing a weekend at Bernie's with Trump too, because he can't. Yeah. It's the same. If we're going to do that, it's the same thing. Trump can't even articulate beyond him saying, this is something you've never done, you've never seen before. There's none, like, Trump vocabulary is at an elementary state, right? And I'm not saying that
your vocabulary ain't got nothing to do with it.
But you have to be able to articulate a plan, and we don't halfway ever hear a plan from Trump. All we hear is
his voters aren't looking for that.
Yeah, so but this is the thing.
They got Project 2025. They got a plan.
No, they have a plan, right? That again, that's attached to him. Hello, caller. Introduce yourself.
It's just P, just little you, nothing special. Just a regular. Hey, this is my question. When you say they, define your they.
They is in what?
Because you say they, you say they would rather have this and they would rather have that.
Okay, I will. I'm going to tell you my they. They is the powers that be, the elites, the people who have already been putting up this front as if we had an able-bodied, well-minded person leading our country, and we had something less than that. That's the they I'm talking about, because Kamala has been the vice president the entire time, this entire last 4 years. So if something happens to the president and the president steps down, she becomes president. So instead of that happening, which should have probably been happening, they fought it all the way to we're 90 days away from the election, 120 days away from the election.
Yeah, and that okay, I got it. But now my point would be that I'm gonna agree to what you saying, and I'm gonna agree a little bit to what Qiana saying too. Is the thing of it is that you knew already Joe Biden wasn't able. You didn't wake up this morning or yesterday and realize, oh, my foot hurt, my back hurt, and I can't think straight. You didn't realize that yesterday. So that do tell you something that they would rather have this person over that person. Mm-hmm. I do not believe or think. Well, it ain't not a belief. It's just fact. If they won't have a white woman, they ain't gonna have a black. It's just the fact. And none of those. And then it boils down to the delegates. So what we arguing over is who got the best chance to get us the delegates to win. Do Kamala got the best chance to get us the delegates to win or no? do she got the momentum now in what you say 90 days, or however long she got, 4-5 months to gain the momentum over Donald Trump? If Hillary Clinton couldn't gain momentum all year long, let's be realistic here. I mean, let's just honestly, we can want whatever we want. You know what I mean? We wanted Al Gore. We got George Bush. Let's just be realistic. You know what I'm saying? So I think we got to learn how to play politics, not believe. We got to really learn how to play it. This is the importance of voting for the right people in Congress, the right people everywhere else, so we can get the supporting cast to support the one player. We wanted what we wanted with this devil raise thing, but we didn't have the right supporting cast.
Yep.
So I'm just saying, we got to learn how to play politics a little bit better if you want the desired result you want. These people for Project 2025, they playing politics. You can say you don't like it all you want, but they playing politics to get what they want. And I'm going with that.
Thank you,
Yubi.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
I think Yubi kind of said what we were saying all along. Because I know earlier they felt like we was like, no Kamala, but I was really just kind of seeing, in the lenses of America.
Yeah.
But let's go.
Let's go.
I want to see who's her running mate and see what this look like. Whoever is gonna run against Donald Trump, they got,
Mm-hmm.
They got some running they got to do.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work that needs to be done. The momentum, and UB did kind of say that, like, she's just coming in 120 days
Yep.
into the election.
Yep.
And so
very, very interesting.
And so not only do we need the black woman vote, we need the black man vote, and we need the white women.
And the reality is, at this point, we need each other. I think we need to really focus on what we need as a community, and we need to have us an agenda, and not walk in the rooms with empty hearts and empty minds.
I think somebody told me, and maybe it was our conversation, even the other day, realize everybody has an agenda, so make sure that you have one too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're no longer need to walk in there and say, I don't have an agenda. No longer saying like, hey, like we have to have an agenda coming in, and then we need to learn how to execute. We got to organize and get this stuff done.
A community agenda, not a self-serving solo agenda, because I think we have enough people with solo agendas. And small group agendas. We need to have a full community agenda.
We do. Oh, so when we're talking about the full community agenda, we were talking about the mental health conversation that we were going to have this Wednesday. It is postponed.
Yes, we're postponing it. We're reloading. We're still going to have it.
Yes. And we'll actually be able to tell you on Wednesday show
more everything,
when we're doing it. So thanks for everybody that kind of reached out.
Yes.
And that's going to be a part of it, but we do have to postpone it so that it can be more impactful, you know what I mean, and beneficial to the community.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Ask Qiana.
Go ahead, run it. Yeah.
I want to say big shouts out to Fruitel, Mac, and the fruit. He got me with orange watermelon today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm eating orange watermelon for breakfast. This is my coffee and everything. Hi, Qiana.
Mm-hmm.
Dear Qiana, Ask Qiana is brought to you by One Community Grocery Co-op. That's One Community Grocery Co-op. Thank you, One Community Grocery Co-op, for sponsoring and standing behind the Ask Qiana. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Dear Qiana, I'm facing challenging situation in my marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Could really use your advice. My wife recently visited a root lady, voodoo priestess, who told her that someone has cast a spell on us. I don't believe in this, and I advised her not to go back. However, she went again. And now this lady is telling her negative things about me. My wife has started buying various items for rituals that are supposed to help, but I believe it's a scam. How can I navigate this situation without damaging our relationship? I want to support my wife, also protect our family from a harmful influence.
Oh man, when you're talking about somebody's spirituality, right? When they're on this journey, it's really hard to tell people really which way to go. It is. I can't. Okay, something popped up, but it's really kind of hard to tell somebody where to go. Now, it could be a scam, it could not be a scam, right? What's going on now? Is the negative stuff that this spiritual leader is telling, does it have some truth to it? Are you over, like, I don't know what they're saying, because sometimes you think something is negative when somebody is bringing something to light that may be true, you know. So I don't, it could be true, it could be false good to it. Anything that she's doing, if they're saying rituals, is it something to harm or help the situation? And I feel like if there's nothing here that she's doing to harm the family, then the worst thing can happen is it don't help. But if she's not going in there telling them to leave you, kill off the kid, you know what I mean, doing something harmful, then I mean, support her from a distance. I don't think that you didn't say that she's pulling you in and making you do right to believe what she believe in. This is her spiritual journey and her walk, and then she has to figure out what's right for her. With that, when I think about it, and if she's trying to look for something to bring more peace in the house, and to rid negativity, I can't. You know, you say you want to figure out what to do to support her, and that's all you can do is just sit back. And then when it doesn't work, you'll be right there as well. People go through journeys and try to figure out what they like and dislike, and what, you know, every shoe don't fit everybody the same. I wear a 6.5, 7. Somebody else wears 6.5, 7. The same shoe is not comfortable for me. That's comfortable for them. So, yeah, as long as it's not harming you. And again, I don't know what the negativity is when it comes to you, but you do want to make sure that there's peace in your house. And this, again, communication and empathy, is a way to it is. Yeah. Because what in her life made her change this path? If this is something that she's never done, and she's looking at something she feels is lacking in her household, her life, where she's trying to find this peace, or trying to find this balance that she's not receiving anywhere else. So this is usually why people go out there and search things, because they're looking for a balance and a peace. So again, this is self-reflection.
Woo. I ain't gonna touch this one with a 10-foot.
No, say something. Do you have? Come on.
I ain't got nothing to say. We got 4 minutes. I got final thoughts.
But that's it. If y'all have, that's all I can say about this letter. Caller or emailer is if it's not harming, you kind of got to support. I don't think you should tell people exactly where they should stand spirituality, and as long as it's not hurting.
Okay. Nice. Nice. So thank y'all for joining us. We're going to be back on Wednesday. Join us. This is the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. And final thoughts.
Go ahead.
My final thoughts. We finna watch this stuff unfold, y'all. We got some good community events coming up. Thank y'all for joining us. Thank y'all for supporting us. We couldn't do this without y'all. This is the best we got. Let's go.
Right. And I'm going to read this last comment on Trevor Mallory put, it's officially time for the Black male voter to show up and show out and support the endorsement of a Black female presidential candidate.
Him.
And there we go. So I'm going to say this, be the change you want to be or see. Write down those 5 things that made you feel good, giggle, laugh. Again, because we sit and think about the negative that happened or something and let it dictate our days. So we want to not let that be the narrative anymore. Also, we just had a shakeup. So that doesn't mean that we shake out.
We just had a shakeup.
Right. So that means we don't fall off. We just kind of readjust and figure out how to get people out there to the polls. And what I'm going to say, with Kamala Harris coming in, we're going to see people who probably wouldn't vote go out there and vote now, just on either end.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, because you'll see that people were like, I'm out. You're going to either see people they're so moved about her coming in, they're gonna get up and vote, and some people that's totally against a Black woman running gonna get out and vote. So you're definitely gonna see, a bigger turnout in this election than they anticipated at this point. So stay tuned. Don't sleep on it. Do your part in your community. Not only are we voting for president this year, we got city council. We have a lot of local elections here. We're also amendments. There's a lot of stuff that's going to be on this ballot. Again, we're going to try to keep you as much educated as possible on what's going on. Get your mail-in ballots. August 20th is the date that they're doing the primaries, and then we go into the general election. If you are independent, you cannot vote at the primaries. You have to be on either one other sides, because Florida is a closed election state. So this has been the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. Stay tuned for Sister Hughes.
Shout all around that.
Yes, and this has been the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I am Qiana.
And I'm the one and only Mr. Edmund.
And we're out.
Eating, balancing motherhood, and so much more. We'll be sharing personal stories and lots of laughs. So join in.